Alright, guys, today we're going to go ahead and take a look at possible placements the Cincinnati Bengals could target for Samaje Perine. Now, obviously, Samaje Perine is going to be hard to replace just because he knew the system of Cincinnati. Plus, he was, in all honesty, looked better than last year than Joe Mixon. So, with that being said, though, we're going to look at free agency and we're also going to look at the draft because the draft class this year is absolute god tier when it comes to running backs. So, a lot of people will probably say we rather take a running back in the draft rather than free agency, but let's just take a look at some of these players. The first player I do want to take a look at is going to be Kareem Hunt, just because I feel like he could be a really good, 1-2 punch of catching the football and running the football. Which, to be honest, I think what Cincinnati needs more than anything right now is an explosive player out of the backfield who can be multi-talented. Now, Kareem Hunt does come in a market value of $7 million, which, again, is still $3 million less than Joe Mixon. As you guys can see right here, for Joe Mixon, definitely a little bit more expensive. So he's $4 million less than Joe Mixon. $3 million less than Joe Mixon, and he has a lot of value to him. Again, like I said, it's one of those things where it's like you look at the age, 28 years. Actually, Kareem Hunt is 27 years old, so he's kind of in that ballpark range of when running backs start to deteriorate a little bit. But I still think he could be a really good explosive option out of the backfield. Jamal Williams is a guy that a lot of people are talking up like crazy. We did see the Detroit Lions sign David Montgomery to a 3-year contract, so most likely that means he's not. Jamal Williams probably won't be returning, as David Montgomery is now that guy who's going to take over for that, Jamal Williams role. So most likely it's going to be a kind of a frenzy for Jamal Williams. Now, according to this website, his market value is $4.1 million, which I'd be heavily surprised if he actually did sign a $4.1 million contract after coming off a 17 touchdown year. But you know what? This is what I said before. If they can get him for the correct price, I would not mind. But currently they have the Bills who are interested, the Bengals are interested, and a couple other teams are interested too. So if I'm being honest right now, I think Jamal Williams, if Bengals can give him $4.1 million, I say all day, every day, sign him and get him on the squad and then just cut Joe Mixon. But at this moment in time, I'm not sure if that is what they're actually going to be able to get him for. If they can, absolutely yes. Another player we could talk about here is Donta Foreman. He was the Carolina Panthers running back who it looks like he's not being re-signed. Absolutely 1,000%. If you can get this guy for $3.4 million, he's another player where, again, like I said, I like him a little bit better than Jamal Williams just because I feel like you can get him on an even cheaper deal than $3.4 million. And if you can get a couple good solid running backs, let's say, one, I say a couple. So you get one solid good running back. Actually, no, let's go two solid good running backs, cut Joe Mixon, get two solid good running backs who are younger behind in the backfield, and then draft someone in the 4th or 5th round. You could have a really stud backfield that has a lot of talent and it dominates in a lot of ways. So I definitely would not mind going with him there. Miles Sanders, there's already talks about him being signed, but his market value is going to be $7.2 million, so he's definitely going to be up there in the market value category. Dearness Johnson is the old Cleveland Browns running back. I don't really think he has any value, especially not for Cincinnati here. So, to be honest, going down this list here, David Montgomery got signed by the Lions. Devin Singletary, the Bills are still trying to shop him. 5.5 market value. I really just would not be interested in him. Nothing wrong with the guy. He just personally would not, doesn't interest me that much. Devin Singletary. Damian Harris is another player I know a lot of people are talking about. Could possibly get a bag. $7.1 million annual salary for his value right now. Again, I probably just recommend Cincy to stay away from that, especially how good this draft class is upcoming. You probably go toward that. Here's another player I would love. So if you go someone like, let's say you go 1A and you go with James Robinson, who I think is a really solid running back, has a lot of upside, and then you go Donta Foreman as your second running back, and then you got Chris Evans. You draft a guy in the 4th or 5th round. You give one of these, either James Robinson or you give Foreman a 1-year contract. I would not be against that idea. I think that could be really actually wonderful. if you're Cincinnati right here. Now, looking at the draft, because we do have to look at this draft class. Draft class is absolutely gorgeous when it comes to running backs. I mean, obviously, the first player off the board, and I'm pretty sure he was already taken. Yup, he was. Bijan Robinson. Can you imagine, Cincy, taking one pick before you? I know a lot of people are like, oh, there's no way Cincy would take Bijan Robinson. I don't know, guys. Bijan Robinson is that good that he could absolutely be taken by Cincinnati 28th overall pick. But I mean, we go down here. Obviously, Gibbs is a monster. I love Gibbs. Zach, we already talked about him before. He's a god tier running back. Dwayne McBride, I love him. Tank is my favorite, bro. Love that man's. But then we go down the list here. I mean, Zach Evans is a monster. Israel is a monster. Muhammad, God, great running back right there. Again, so many good running backs in this draft. So, like, if we're going in the Cincinnati Bengals draft right now, right? We're going to take Antoine Harris with our first pick. Get that secure tackle, franchise tackle for the foreseeable future. And now we in the second round, okay, we can go with, I like to go best player available here for the most part. But I'm probably going to go with someone like, I don't know if I feel about Garrett here. Yeah, I'm probably not going to go with him. Because I'm not going to reach just to reach here. I'm going to look at the tight ends. Sam's the best player available. I wouldn't mind going with him, especially with Hayden Hurst possibly leaving. I wouldn't mind going with him. I might actually end up going with him. Yeah. Out of this range of players available, Andre Carter is dropping in a lot of mock drafts. I don't really have too much faith that he's going to be that crazy great. So I'm gonna go with Sam here. I don't. It's not the greatest, sexiest pick, but I think he has a lot of upside. Let's go corner. Okay, let's go round 3 here. This is what I'm definitely going my edge rusher, Carl Brooks from Bowling Green. Not even a doubt in my mind, bro. Not even a doubt in my mind here. So here's now with Jesse Bates and Von Bell leaving. This is where I'm kind of interested in safety. Now, right now, that's why I said you kind of want to take a safety early or else it's going to start dropping. I'm going to take Dwayne McBride here. I think he's a really solid running back. Could be a nice little placement there. But now, like I said before, this is when you want to start taking that safety position because the safeties who are left are not going to be the greatest of all time. Like, for example, Trey Dean, he's talking about like a 6th or 7th round pick. I'm probably going to go, if I'm being honest here, 5th round. I hate to take him now because I feel like I could take him a little bit later and get him a little bit later. Especially because Moro Ojamo is still on the board, man. I gotta take him. I can't go with somebody else. I gotta go with Moro Ojabo. If he's still on the board, that place. And then since he has... Yeah, they have a 6th round pick, okay. This is probably where I go with someone. Man, these safeties, dude. I mean, I'll be honest with you. I might take safety 2nd round if I'm Cincy here. Because I could go 6th round here. I could go with Connor, who I think is a solid pick. I don't love the pick, but I think he's a solid pick. Again, you do have some men on the roster right now to get the job done. You have, obviously, your star, which is going to be now Dax Hill. You do have your backup, Jackson, but, oh, man. I might go back-to-back safeties here, but I don't think anyone on the board is going to be actually, like, in my opinion, good enough to be taken in this spot. Maybe Jaden. Nah, I probably wouldn't do Jaden. Like I said before, this is not many good players, like, safety-wise in this draft. This draft class is not that great for safeties. I mean, you got Muhammad right here. I would probably take him over anybody. Out of all the players here, I'm probably taking Muhammad. I'm probably taking another running back. And if I'm going back, I probably would have taken the running back early. If I'm being honest, I'd probably take Muhammad late. Especially if you can get him late. Yeah, so I got an A- for my draft grade overall-wise, which isn't bad. Yeah, I love Moro Jabo. I'm sorry, but even if you're saying like, oh, well, there's a safety available there, I really could care less. I mean, that man's gonna be an absolute monster for you guys if you guys do take him. I don't expect you guys to take 2 running backs. Now it's possible you definitely could take 2 running backs, um, and this could be how it ends up turning out. You obviously not targeting a cornerback, but you could fix cornerback in free agency or sometime early next year, maybe through a trade or something. But definitely will say overall wise, there's gonna be no true replacing Samaje Perine just because he knew the system and he was really good in Brian Callahan's offense. But it's still gonna be one of those guys where over time you're gonna slowly get someone else in there to figure things out. Guys, if you did enjoy this video, the likes comment down below. See you guys next one. Peace out.